This is the Plus One podcast with me, Izzy.
And me, Susie. And in each episode, we're going to be yapping about the highs, lows, and lows of parenting.
We're here to remind you that life isn't over when you have a baby. You're just a baddie with a buggy now.
Yeah.
Ooh. We're back again with another podcast, and we actually have a really special guest today.
Woo.
Tallulah and baby.
Tallulah, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. How you feeling?
Good, really good.
Good. You got two.
I know.
Two. What are the ages? Tell us everything.
One is almost 3 and one is 8 months.
Both boys.
Is he almost 3?
Yeah.
I feel like it
End
was
of
his
June.
second birthday, like the other
I know.
day.
I feel like he's always been here, and yet he just got here. I don't know how old the kid.
Listen, I went to Tallulah's party. It was like amazing. Well, it was Beau's party, and he was skateboarding at 2. Let me just put that out there, okay?
Wow.
He was skateboarding at 2.
Is he quite like sporty?
Honestly, no. He's into cars.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Anything with wheels, he loves.
Yeah.
But this one is gonna be the athlete. Yeah.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Or the singer.
He wants to be involved. He's just like True. So we have another episode with a
I'm just
baby
gonna pop
singing.
my drink. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Maybe have his
we
moment.
normally do our.
ASMR, shall we?
Yeah,
Together,
let's go.
unison. Oh, I've got a pre-pop mine. Hold on. My nails. Ready?
Okay. Anyway, continuing. So sorry.
Thank you, Pete.
Sorry, we just do it every time.
No. Fair enough. I keep trying to make ASMR videos, and then
I bet people will
laugh
love
at myself
that.
for, like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, let's actually start with your videos
Oh,
because
yeah.
your videos on TikTok, they're popping off.
I mean, I feel like I'm in this really weird space in TikTok where they all get like a decent amount of views, but none of them ever blow up. Like I feel like everyone's got that one video that got to 1 million, and I've never had that.
Well,
I've just
I
got, like,
definitely
millions.
don't.
Get her to a milli.
You've got much further than me.
No, I do love TikTok until someone brings it up, and then I'm like, oh, you guys can see this. This
Yeah,
isn't
oh
just,
yeah, I'm
in
like
my
that as well.
life.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't listen back to things that I do or watch things back.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
weird.
but I get like that. I get cringed out by it.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, boy.
Someone came to chat.
Yeah, this
But
is like true.
I actually love how like you have like on your TikTok, it's like things that you do consistently, like the flowers.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
I
I
love
need to
that.
be better at that. I feel like consistency is the key when it comes to social media.
I think you're quite consistent.
Thank you.
Like-
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, he's been so quiet until we started. He's like, I am involved. Okay, don't do a podcast without me.
Someone said action, huh?
Yeah. We just made best friends. It's okay.
Yeah, we're talking about you. Yeah.
So let's talk about how is it going from 1 to 2.
Well, yeah. I think my grandma always said she had 5 kids, and she always said the biggest gap was from 1 to 2, and after that you're just kind of adding them in. So I very much anticipated this huge shift.
Yeah.
And obviously there was, but I think at the beginning they're so small and like they don't really do much. They just sleep all day. So I'm starting to feel it more now. Of
course.
Because now it's like he's everywhere and I have to watch out for the 2 of them, and Beau wants my attention, and then he's there yapping.
Are you feeling it now? Like, is it sometimes really stressful? Is it mostly you with the 2, or is it both of you at home?
It's
or...
mostly me with the 2 just because
Yeah.
Alalu's in the studio. Although
Right.
it changes because his work is very much like as and when.
Of course,
There are
yeah.
periods where it's both of us at home, and
Yeah.
then suddenly it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a handful for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a handful.
Yeah.
Like for me, mine's the opposite. Like I actually really struggled at the beginning.
Oh, really?
Because my son just loved to cry.
Oh,
Like no
yeah,
matter
yeah, yeah.
what I did, he was like a crier. Whereas like Ocean, she didn't cry at all when she was a baby. So I was just thinking like, oh, it's
would
gonna
be
be
the
easy.
same.
Yeah.
Just gonna chilled baby. Absolutely not. Completely different kids.
Yeah.
And now I'm only finally getting into the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at home with them all the time. Well, I'm
Yeah,
with them all
yeah,
the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the same. So it's like trying to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How did you find the 2 then? Like going from 1 to 2, was it like this is like doubled in like pressure and everything like that? And were they similar babies?
They were really similar,
Were
and
they?
I did the opposite. I thought he was going to be the problem child, that second baby being the chaos and the crier.
Yeah.
And so I was really anticipating that. And I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
saying positive things.
Yeah, no. We like
For
to
the
be
most
positive, but yeah, no.
he's been
Yeah.
really well tempered.
And how did Beau take to having like a younger sibling? How was that?
He was really excited. He calls him my baby. It's like that's his baby. But now that he's a bit more mobile and like he's calling around, Beau's realized that like he's coming for your toys.
Yeah.
And like he needs to establish
How's he
his territory
finding
a bit
that?
more. He's been good for the most part. If he's in good spirits, it's fine. But if he's having a moment or having a tantrum and then I need to tend to baby, it gets a bit like, no.
I want
me
your
now.
attention. Yeah.
For me, the worst time is bath time. I don't know. I'm like,
Bathing
It's
two
hectic.
children is intense.
Do you
It is
do you
hectic.
both put them in the bath at the same time? How does it work?
At the
'Cause I've only
beginning,
got
I was
one.
very good at like I did baby's baths in the morning and then Beau's at bed
Right.
because he'd be asleep by then. Now it's kind of simultaneously. We've got a bath right next to the bedroom, so I can put Beau in the bath and then kind of he used to have his own bath, but now he's too big for it. And so like I've got him in the bath with him. I'll wash him, then I'll take him out. Beau's fine there, and then come back and tend to
Right.
him.
Okay.
yeah, I do the same. I'm like, they're both in, and I'm like, get True out.
Yeah.
Deal with him, and I'm like, Ocean, play with your toys.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
play.
like, I'm gonna get you out. He's like, no toys. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's like,
Since
no
you
longer,
asked.
mummy. I'm like,
Yeah.
fab. Stay in there.
Do you both find it like a lot of planning, almost like military operation with two, or is it not?
I should probably be more militant about
Yeah.
it. I think.
Sorry, he's
Yeah,
a
what is
joker.
going on? You really said go time, huh? Yeah.
I think he's going to be an early speaker.
Early
just-
everything.
he
He's
literally
probably
just
his brother.
walked
Yeah.
across here.
He's standing up. Like he can get himself up and down in a controlled way. Not for very long.
So, tell us about your business because you are CEO, a big boss lady. We would love to know all about it and how it was like, how it was when you were pregnant and with two. You know, tell us all.
Well, we've got the BeauBeaus Cafe, which is kind of a community-led space in East London near Liverpool Street, and it's been great. We started the business. When I say we, me, my mum, and my partner. And we started the business when Beau was maybe 5 months or around that, probably a bit older.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it found us. The
Yeah.
space presented itself, so we just kind of ran with the opportunity. But at that point, Beau wasn't moving, and I was
yeah,
slightly
yeah.
delusional about how much I could do.
The bouncer was
Yeah.
bouncing.
Yeah, and then very quickly he started walking and talking, and it's been chaos. But no, it's very fortunate that I have my mum in on it because
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to let go if it was someone that I didn't trust to that level. It's
Totally.
like having your baby.
Yeah.
It's
totally,
Yeah.
you don't just want to give it
Third
to a
baby.
stranger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember coming. I did a panel talk there.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
and it was so beautiful to see like you, your mum, and Beau in the kitchen. It was like, you know, three
cooking?
generations.
Oh, okay.
Hiding in the kitchen.
I was like, I cook.
I mean, I secretly did think you were cooking because there was like jollof and like there's
Okay.
other things going
no.
on. And I was
Maybe
like, well,
something was happening.
There was a caterer, I think. Sounds like it.
We were dishing.
but
Yeah.
it was really inspiring to see, and like you don't really see that much anymore. I don't think like 3 generations. So
Well, yeah, I think having a baby because I had a baby very young. I was 21 when I had Beau. It's not like I had a career or a plan even. And I grew up with my auntie having a hair shop in Walthamstow. And so I've always wanted that kind of thing of like a family business that I can go to every day and it feel like I'm not just in the house with my babies isolated from the world. Like I'm there, I'm meeting new people, there are customers. It's like very much a feeling,
Yeah.
you know? It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
get
community.
and I feel like you've built a huge community.
Well, that, the reaction was insane. It was very much, we didn't know how much it would be appreciated by everybody.
Yeah.
But coming out of isolation and COVID, I think there was a real desire for people to come to a physical space and talk face to face to people.
Yeah.
So it was one of
100%.
those things where like you build it and the people will come.
Well, and they literally did.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about it now, like this many years after?
I think it's good. I think, to be fair, we're at a point where we're looking at things and how we can keep the energy that it had before. I think when people come in, and it was very much on a volunteer basis and doing these workshops and community offerings, and that's great, but you kind of build things to a point that not that it removes itself from that. But like our chess club got to a point where now they're doing it in different spaces and taking it around because it kind of outgrew the space.
Yeah.
Which is amazing in one hand, but then it also is like, okay, well now we need to come up with something else.
Now what? Basically.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of at that point looking at things.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff would you like to do with it?
Well, that's the thing. I know. I really want to do a call out and just see what people want.
Here it is. This is
Yeah.
your
If
moment,
anyone
girl.
has any
100%.
ideas, let us know.
I want to do a DJ workshop.
Please.
Oh, that'd be
Please, I think
sick.
that would be really
Yeah.
sick.
Maybe I can do a food thing.
Please,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to do cooking classes.
my
We've
God,
got a bunch of
yeah,
induction
okay.
plates.
We will talk after
Okay,
because
okay.
that's got me really excited. Yeah, I'd
Yay.
love that.
that would be
Amazing.
sick. I was going to say, are you guys doing Pilates?
We are.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've just launched a Pilates studio with Gymshark.
Yeah, that is
Nice.
incredible.
Yeah, which is again really exciting and is I don't know, when things are just every day, you kind of forget how exciting things are.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then you
I
speak
mean,
about it, you're like,
appreciate
oh,
it.
You have a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's the thing with kids. No matter what's going on, that's where the focus is, and like them taking their first steps or eating solids is like the whoa.
Yeah,
and you some of the other stuff
exactly.
is like, oh yeah, and then you're like, oh wait, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah,
But it's all sick. I think that's why we done the podcast, because like us being a mum and being creative, it's like all of those wins are amazing for us. Like all of our career goals and all those little things that we do, and then just like seeing your kid like say your name or like learn that thing or come back from nursery knowing like 1, 2, 3 is like mind blowing, isn't it?
And also integrating your kids with your work.
Yes.
Like that was another thing that we wanted to like share.
Yes.
Yeah.
To make it like, like it's not the end of your life. Like it's literally like I feel like I've been reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think because I did it young, like I didn't even have my adult routine. Like I didn't really exist as an adult for that long before I had kids. So it wasn't like this groundbreaking adjustment. It was like, oh, and now I have a child and now I'm going to live my life with a child. It wasn't like, okay, well now suddenly
Got you.
it's my child's life. It's like, okay, well this is me and you now.
Yeah.
And I
love
think,
that.
yeah,
I love
I
that
think
way
that
of thinking.
gradualness was really
that is
nice.
lovely.
Well,
Sorry to cut you, but
Yeah,
going
it's
back to
okay.
the Pilates. Okay, listen, I've never done reformer Pilates ever, and I was
I've
like,
not,
do you
but I've
know
heard such good
what?
things.
I'm gonna try because like my baby weight is not shifting. Okay, I stopped breastfeeding 3 months. Bad decision. And I went to the class, and I know this is gonna sound so cringe. I think I'm just an emotional person at the moment, but at the end, when they're like breathe and blah blah blah, I actually got so emotional because I was like, this is the first hour in about 4 years that I've had like to myself, and I forgot what it felt like just to like be like me for an hour, and then like, without thinking, I wasn't thinking about anything like
Nice.
kids, work, husband, house. I was just like, I'm just
In your
stretching
body,
and like wow. So yeah, I think like something cool with mums would be sick.
Well, no, I really, that's coming.
Yeah.
No, but I think I really underestimated how important exercise was for like your mental health and for just taking you out of things, and whether that's from being at home with kids or from being in an office or from being freelance at home on your laptop all the time. I think it's
Or from
so
just
important.
being.
Yeah. From just existing.
Yeah,
You
just
should probably do
existing.
some-
Obviously, also just existing without someone being like, mummy, 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 I need, without being needed, I guess, as well.
Yeah. I think people, especially like with the whole like babysitting where you can have an hour, it's like it's hard when you're just at home or in the same environment without a kid, because you're still looking at the dirty washing or cleaning up toys or like
So true.
meal prepping. But when you're removed from that and in kind of a serene space that's just built for you, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm a human.
a mum's job's never over. Like there's always something. There's like just always something. And if there's not something, the kids are gonna find
Create something.
They're gonna create
working
something.
on it.
Yeah. Well, maybe can you tell us like a little bit of background about you and like where you grew up and.
Well, I grew up in London, which is so boring. I don't know.
I grew
mean,
up in London as
yeah,
well.
I mean, because Alali's from Nigeria, and like I keep meeting people that are from different countries or lived in different places, and I'm like, yeah, grew up down the road.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. But yeah, no, I grew up in Dalston. Now we're in Shoreditch. Yeah, I don't. What
So you
about
didn't bring
me?
you straight
I
too
guess.
far then,
well,
yeah.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
I
like
haven't.
being in East.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't really know where I'd go. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm moving out of East, I'd probably move out of London, and then I'd probably move out of England. Cause
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
if we're
That's
gonna
a train of
do
thought
it.
I've had as well. I'm like,
So
if I'm
you're-
moving out of there, then I'm going like Spain again or
Yeah.
something. Like, see
Yeah.
you later.
Well, you're an original East London girl because East London
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
not
We're rare.
original. Yeah, you are rare.
I know.
I think people from London are rare.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
100%.
yeah.
I never meet people
Yeah.
from London.
No, same.
And it's always, I always forget, and then they'll mention something like, oh, Oh,
Yeah.
you're not from here.
Yeah. How do you feel about having kids in the city?
I really like it. I mean, it's what I know.
Yeah.
So it's not like, again, it's not a
Yeah,
massive
100%.
change. I think I would really like to have an element of not being in the city. I want them to grow up in nature. I grew up going camping for 6 weeks a year
nice.
in Norfolk. And so, like, I definitely want to do that with
mix.
my kids. And,
Yeah.
like, I want them to experience life that isn't
Yeah.
so busy.
Because people, when they're not from London, are always like, oh, I could never bring up my kids in London. I'm like, I think that's sick because they're growing up in a world where they're meeting different people from different backgrounds constantly.
Yeah.
And like London there's not just like one London.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
it's
could be living in
very-
East, but even within East London, there's so many different like ways of. Obviously, it's just the nature thing again.
Yeah.
That's what I always come back to. Like, oh, I want them to have this and that, but it's not impossible if, as you said, like their holidays and that are like enriched with
Yeah.
it. Because imagine not being like growing up here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I love.
I think
I
we're
feel like
spoiled.
London gives you
Yeah.
so many things. Like I feel like you are able to maneuver yourself around so
Yeah.
many different types of people, different
Yeah.
cultures. Like
Yeah.
you're just very.
I think you're more
Sensitive
aware
as
and
well,
like
yeah.
less ignorant,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Way
I
less
was like,
ignorance and
also
stuff.
like, I was born in the same hospital as my daughter.
Same.
Yeah.
Homerton.
Yeah.
Mine's Queen Charlotte.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
West
love
Londoner,
that.
so
Fair.
yeah.
That's
No,
actually
I
mad.
really love
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Were you like, when you had her, were you like, oh my god?
No, I said I'm giving birth in Queen Charlotte because I was born there.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
chose
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine would have to be all the way back in Baghdad, so that wasn't really
Oh,
happening.
no. Could have caught a flight.
Just catch a flight just to give birth.
How is it going back? Like, you go back to Lagos quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it's not too long a flight. It's lovely. I'm liking it more and more. I think the more time I spend there, it's the kind of place where you need to know where you're gonna go. Like the first time, you're very much shell shocked. Like you've got to figure it all out. But now I'm at a place where I'm really enjoying it and like
Nice.
doing the
And
mummy activities there.
Do you
is
have
fun.
family there as well?
Not from my side, from their dad's side. Yeah, his
Yeah.
Alali's parents live there and sisters and his whole family. He grew up there.
That's like perfect.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is so
You kind of
so.
have that with Jamaica then.
Yeah, I
don't
was
you?
gonna say we
Yeah.
kind of have the same thing because Ryan's Jamaican.
Yeah.
He's only been here for like
But you're Jamaican as
3
well, right?
years, half.
Okay.
He's only been here for 3 years.
Okay.
Oh, that's gone quick.
I know. So like when we go back, we have.
The support system.
I'm like,
so-
I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
Grandma Vivi.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Do you go out and party when you're there?
I have, to be fair, last time we went, which it was gonna be my party time, obviously. Baby got sick. And so we went and he had a temperature. He's also just become aware of who I am. So it was very clingy. There,
Right.
I had a couple moments to myself, but yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I
wasn't my
did see a
party trip.
picture of you, which we can post on Instagram in the strip club, pregnant.
Oh,
So I mean, you do.
there was that. Yeah, there was that. That was good. That was a great night. Although I feel like I'm always sober in the strip club, and it's such a different experience.
I
yeah.
can imagine.
It's like I was very much just chatting with the strippers, like, yeah, I'm having a baby. Everyone was rubbing my stomach at one point. It was very strange. It was very strange.
Kind of epic though.
You remember that one, huh?
Who was inside your belly? Like, I remember them
Funny,
strippers.
I
know, oh
They
my
rub
God.
my belly good.
No, I can relate though. Like when I'm DJing and like I was pregnant and I'm so sober and everyone is wasted around me and I'm just like, let me try to get some vibes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
When, before you had kids and even now, like, are you a party girl? Like, do you like to party or are you a bit more chill? Like,
Well, I
weekends
was-
away?
Yeah,
like, what's
I
your
mean,
vibe?
I
Or
think-
both?
To be fair, a bit of both.
Yeah.
I was working at Rinse FM and Bad Music Cheese record label
What were you
before
doing?
lockdown. I was kind of like interning.
Nice.
I did like social media assistance,
Nice.
and then I assisted one of the music managers. I was doing like logistics of
Nice.
calls and
So
stuff.
were you quite into music and wanting to like
Honestly,
do
no.
something? Oh,
It's a fun industry,
Yeah.
and I had the connections to kind of get me there. I wanted to learn about how to do business
okay.
in an industry that was more creative. So it was perfect for what I wanted at the time.
I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, main character.
Hey,
know.
my nails are too short. Hey.
Get it all out, baby. Get it all out.
For real.
Well, I guess maybe you were just trying to see what you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I lost our trailer.
Yeah, no, same. But music industry. I wanted to know about
Yeah.
the industry and the behind the scenes stuff. So it was great for that.
Okay, cool.
And then lockdown came. I got fired. Oh, but
Yeah.
redundant.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
redundant, yeah.
And then I met Alalu, and that was end of June. It was the same day Beau was born, actually. End of June.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And Beau was born on his due date as well. So it was that date for me has been following me.
Wow,
That's
sometimes I feel
crazy.
sometimes I get like chills over
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
It was like meant to be. It was in the stars.
It feels like
Do you
it.
know what? I had a crazy thing like that. When me and Dan were just friends and we went on our first holiday away together, 6 months into seeing each other, just friends. And we went to Crete, funny because we're going next week. And when we ended up getting married, when we went to Vegas, we got married, and I looked at the date, and then I when it comes up with a memory, it came up with a memory from that holiday in Crete, and it was the day that we got married, the 13th of May. Oh. How mad is that? Weird stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I
That is
think
fun.
my only thing like that is True's born the day after Ryan.
That's so close.
Yeah.
Were you hoping they'd be born on the same day or not? Because some people like it, some people don't.
Well, Ocean's due date was my birthday, so me and Ocean are January, and
Yeah.
True and Ryan are October.
That's nice.
So it's like the
Yeah,
boys in
yeah,
October,
yeah.
the girls are in January.
Yeah.
But I was like, please don't be born on my birthday.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, there's like the next day's
That's
cool.
some
but-
Capricorn energy, by
It
the
is
way.
big Capricorn energy, okay? Please, I'm begging you. Just, I don't mind, but I do.
But sorry, from working
Yeah,
at
yeah, go
Rinse,
on.
my good friend was on the events team, so like, and I was doing social media, so like I ended up going out a lot in that period,
Right.
and then it was lockdown. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And when you met each other, like, how did you meet, and how was that relationship, and how was the relationship like finding out you were pregnant and then like becoming parents? Yeah.
Well, we met in the park.
Oh, in lockdown.
Yeah.
My God,
Hey,
you
come
guys
on,
are like so
Howard.
romantic.
That is so romantic.
Baby born on the day you met in the park. Like, I love this.
I know. On paper, it's
You
beautiful.
need like to make a movie.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay?
thinking. That's what you should film.
No.
Beautiful.
From the first week we met as well, we'd already written our movie. We were like, this is gonna be a film.
Wow.
But no, so we met in the park. It was lockdown, which I feel like was like a pressure cooker because
100%.
you have like, what are you doing? And like,
Yeah.
I was one of those people that was out a bit in the park and
Babe, I was outside. I'm so sorry.
We
I
were
was running
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
in the park a lot.
Okay, that.
Yeah, with my blanket.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't come for me.
yeah. And so it was like we met, we spent a week together, we spent a month together, and then we were in a
Wow.
relationship, and then we moved in together 3 months after the day we met.
Wow.
So like it was very intense from the start, and I think then because obviously in that period there were a lot of like, I don't know, it was just a weird moment of life where it didn't feel like real life. So
Yeah,
it was just kind of like,
strange.
Yeah.
and then it just continued, and he started selling art in that period. And so I'd gone from kind of doing logistics in the music industry to helping out behind the scenes with him and like
Nice.
making spreadsheets and doing that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we became parents, and I think
So
people.
was that like the following year?
Well, no, we'd been together for almost 3
Okay,
years
okay.
when I got pregnant.
Right, yeah, okay,
think
yeah.
my maths wasn't
I wasn't
that
sure
good.
if you meant it was a year after you met on the same date, so it's like
No,
3 years
no,
later.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
you. Okay.
But because we're so young, I think everyone just assumes that it was an accident, and it really wasn't. I got my contraception removed in January, and then I didn't get pregnant until September. So there was like 7 months of on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we weren't trying
Yeah.
the whole time, but
Just
like
happy
on
if
and
it
off.
happened,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously I got pregnant as our tenancy came to an end. Oh, okay, no. So it was only about a year after.
Right.
Sorry, my maths.
Okay.
I can't believe Beau's almost 3. That's
okay.
insane.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay,
Yeah. So and then obviously our tenants came to an end, and
Okay.
we were pregnant
Oh,
in a
no.
hotel room,
Oh god.
which is intense.
How many months pregnant?
I think it was like the whole pregnancy.
Oh god.
In a hotel room, like, was it like? It must have been a big room because.
Citizen M, have you been?
Oh
It's
my
like
God,
a bed,
babe.
a TV, and a shower.
It was a
yeah.
what? It was
I
a
mean, to be
what?
fair, Citizen M.
Oh,
hotel,
I don't think I know
It's
it.
like, to be fair, it's quite like it's
It's like a standard
decent,
hotel, yeah.
but like it's a box room. You've got a big
Okay.
window, a big bed, and then your toilet.
So were you really feeling it? Like, oh my god, yeah.
Do you know what? At least you don't have to like do a lot of cleaning.
Well, yeah, no. There were aspects of it that were 10 out of 10, and then
Yeah.
other
Just
things that
chill.
were like shoot me in the face right now.
Yeah.
But we did move around a bit, Airbnbs and whatnot.
Just trying to find a place.
Yeah. Oh well, it's this thing of like, obviously we started making money while not that long before that, so there was no proof of income. We
I
didn't
know.
have any official jobs. We were like
so long. They make it so hard.
We're like in that situation now. So I feel you.
We found so many houses, and we get to like a certain point, and they'll be like, actually no, and they're 100% being.
Especially when you're pregnant, like I'd be losing my mind. Like I need a house. Like this baby is coming. Like,
and when you want to nest and you're in a hotel room, I was going crazy.
She was literally Mary at the end. Like let us in.
Literally Mary. 100%.
You know what? I had the same sort of thing with True, because we were living with family. So when like Ryan came here, I was in with my friend. It was kind of a party house. I was like, let me just move in with my family. We were all renting together because they were planning to move to Spain. There's so many things going on. Anyway, then I got pregnant, and I'm like, okay, I kind of need to be serious because
this is serious.
I need somewhere to live. And so I was looking for a place. I couldn't get a mortgage. I couldn't get anything, like being freelance. Anyway, then I was like, my family were like, we're moving to Spain in 2 months. And I'm like, what the hell? So I was like, okay, cool. Then in that time, Ocean came. They held off. They stayed until... We stayed there until she was about 4 months, and they were like, no, we're going. Then
We've really got to go.
my dad had this like... Well, it was my nan's house in Kew, and then she passed, and then my dad was like, it was just there, so I was like, can I move in? But it was just full of mess. Like it was just full of shit. And then we moved in with all our bags. We lived in bags until like maybe I was like 6 months pregnant with True. So I had a toddler, True, in my stomach, bags. Like my bedroom was literally a mattress on the floor, and I was just like, then we found a place, finally got a mortgage, moving pregnant, don't do it. But it was the same thing that I had no nesting. My nesting was looking at those like laundry bags. I had about 50,000 of them. I couldn't even find clothes. I was literally like, what am I doing?
Hell.
Yeah, it was
That is
long.
hell. I feel like even with a house, I'm looking at laundry bags all day. So, you know what I mean?
I'm just looking at piles.
I shove them in the bags when people are coming around.
Stick them in somewhere, like, go. Yeah, no, I could totally relate to that.
Like a horrible cupboard full of shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Our house, we've got these lovely, like, walk-in wardrobes, but they're just piles. It's like, I can't see it, so it's going
Do you
in
know
there.
what? There's people that come round, you pay them and they sort out your shit.
My auntie has that. That's a week ago.
Are you gonna
They are
do
now
it?
sorted.
Oh.
They are now sorted. The bags are now
God.
outside of the car.
Yeah,
My
that's it.
God.
So how is it now with your own place?
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. We're not, but we haven't bought this place. We're renting, but we've just signed on for another 2 years, and it's the first place that we've lived for longer than a year, so it feels permanent.
But now you can feel like you can chill, and this is our home now for the kids. Yeah, 100%.
No, exactly. I love it so much.
Like it's kind of priceless, that kind of stuff, isn't it? Because I'm in that situation of like at my parents, and I just want to just get out now.
Yeah.
Tell us about your kitchen.
Oh my God, my dad ripped out the kitchen. And he has no plan. The kitchen's just gone. At first, he's going to buy a second-hand kitchen because my dad. And then he decided, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break through the wall between the kitchen and the dining room and make that a whole big room. God. Yeah, after he bought the second-hand kitchen, by the way. And the second-hand kitchen, he erected a gazebo in the garden to cover it. And I was like, this man is actually insane. And then he was like, actually, you know what? I'm actually going to go to, what's it called? Howden's or whatever they're called. And I'm going to design the new kitchen, like what he should have done in the first place. And like, break through the wall and create this whole thing. Came home yesterday and he just had the meeting, and the design's gorgeous. I was like, you should have done this 6 weeks ago. You've got a toddler living in your house. We haven't got a kitchen. I wanted to ask you, obviously Beau is 3 and then you've got a little one who we've met today. What do? Are you going to put Beau in nursery? Is he in nursery? How many days?
He's not in nursery yet. I do want to get him in. I do want to get him in there.
Yeah.
For me, it was important. I didn't want to put him in the care of someone that wasn't immediate family until he could articulate himself.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's been able to articulate himself for at least a year, so I've been dragging my feet a bit.
Okay,
But-
I think that's understandable.
Well, I just figure they're only young for so long.
I agree.
And, like,
I was really against nursery.
Yeah.
Susie knows. Like,
Yeah.
I was the, no,
She was
she's not
anti.
going. Like, for ages. Everyone was like, just put her in nursery. I would not do it. I was really like, I want her to tell me what's going on. I don't want to put her into the system. Like, but I have done it recently, and it has helped me.
yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm at the point where, like, I'm about
Not
to
every
start
day.
looking. No. I'm thinking 2 or
We
3
do the
days a
same.
week.
3 days,
We do
yeah.
well, it works out as a day and a half over the week.
Yeah.
I might go up to 2 days soon, but that's it. But I think it's understandable, and it is a lot. Like, I felt the same, like, oh, what if she can't tell me what's going on and stuff? And,
Yeah.
like, she is able to say bits and bobs. But I had a good feeling when I went to view this one. I think you get that feeling, don't you?
Well,
And
that's what I need.
you need that. And like, well, no, you do what you want. But like for me, I'm like, I need that time. Like she's there all day today. Oh my God, I need that time.
I viewed 21 nurseries. Because I was so...
That's really impressive. That's a number.
Impressive.
21.
Yeah, I was forgetting what I viewed. I had like an Excel spreadsheet of like what I viewed.
Can I see your spreadsheet?
Yeah, you can, because honestly I was so fussy about it. Like I think like people think I'm so extra, but I was just so scared to
No, it's a big thing.
put my child with
It's
someone
a
I
real
don't
big
know.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's also like the nursery's one thing, it's also the other kids, and not in a sense of like they're not good enough or whatever, but it's like you can spend so long getting a behavior right, and then suddenly they go and meet a friend and the friend likes to do it like this.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you're just that's it. It's
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I've had that with just play dates and like friends and whatever, and it's like okay, and like you can't be mad at it, but it's so frustrating. Even with adults, I find, because I'm the first, or well, one of the first among my friend groups to have a baby, people find it so funny to teach your kids bad behaviors. My brother especially, like he loves to get better, like say I want food, and he thinks it's funny, and then I deal with it for the next 3 months
exactly.
trying to.
I actually hate that stuff.
It's
like
so jarring.
like I make sure like please and thank you. Like I'm very don't do that, don't do this, come on, no, do it like this is how we do it. Like I'm trying to teach good behavioural traits. So yeah, I mean for me now she hasn't picked up anything really.
And to be honest, I honestly, and you said it in the last podcast, she was like, I'm sorry to everyone that said I said no to nursery, because now it's like you could do
so
that.
useful.
Amira comes home, she's learned like 1, 2, 3. That's a bit of us as well, 100%. But like loads of things, ABCs, colours, like sitting down and actually eating her food and not standing up, and like little polite things like that. And like she's getting there with sharing.
I am so like, you're so inspirational with the breastfeeding, and I'm really like, I don't know if impressed is the right word, but I could not go for longer than 3 months.
But 3 months is still like people do a week. Like, do you know what I mean? 3 months is still an amount of time.
Yeah.
I think I kind of got a bit lazy with it as well, and I was like, because I introduced the bottle, I think it was like as soon as I introduced that, it was like the big mistake, because I was like sleeping through the night. I don't have to wake up,
fair.
like, you know.
I haven't slept through the night since Bo was born.
Yeah,
Which is a bit insane.
For you, breastfeeding is it like? Did you know that that's exactly what you wanted to do? Was it hard at points? How did you find it?
Honestly, I got really lucky. Like I got mastitis. I think I've had it twice with this one.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they both latch straight away.
Wow.
My milk supply is
Amazing.
insane. Yeah, which
popping
was
off.
great. Yeah, I was waking up in puddles of milk.
Yeah, she's a milky babe.
Yeah,
She's a milky babe. Mine came in 3 days after. Do you know what? I remember lying there, and it was like 3 days after I had her. And I was like, I felt this dripping, and I was like, it's the ceiling leaking. Honestly. And then I looked down, and like, because she started crying like from the snooze pod, I was like, oh no, my boobs just leak now when she cries. And that was my first realisation that my milk had come in. It was so bizarre. But like, yeah, I was the same as Izzy. It didn't. I also, when she was on me, sometimes felt quite low. Like I felt the energy draining.
Well, it
out
is.
of me. Was it like? Is it still like that for you, or no? Is it a bit more?
Sometimes when I'm exhausted,
like
I can
that?
really feel it.
Oh wow.
But for the most part, like I do just love it. You're alright.
I love that.
yeah,
I
same.
love it. Yeah,
I
it's
love
just
that.
like looking at their little eyes look up at you, and then when they
It
start
is
grabbing the food,
cute.
it's so cute.
And I think, oh, you didn't. Oh,
Clever boy.
I think also for me, you know, like there's everyone has a different feeling, but the dragging feeling in my stomach,
Oh yeah.
my mind associated it with anxiety.
Okay.
So every time I was feeding, I was like, oh, my life's terrible. And I'm like, no, it's like the dragging feeling.
As in
So-
like, because you get like contractions, don't you, when you breastfeed? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like I
yeah.
don't know what it was, but that
Yeah.
feeling just
Yeah.
like with my mind, it took me to like a weird
wrong
place.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was like, when I had True, I was like, I'm gonna try again. I enjoyed it much more with him,
Okay.
but then my problem was Ocean, and I couldn't.
Oh.
Like, I think I would have gone longer with him if he was
As in,
my
was she
friend.
getting like funny about it?
Yeah, and she kept like grabbing my boobs and being like boobie, and then like taking hers
yeah.
out and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's
like,
exactly where Bo's at.
yeah, I'm like, what? Like,
Oh.
how do you deal with that? What do you do? Give some advice.
Please, someone else needs to give the advice because I'm just feeling through it. Honestly, he'll try and grab my boobs out like middle of the street. He's like, boobies! But no, I mean, I can't lie, I find it kind of funny.
Yeah, it is quite funny. It is quite
kids
funny.
are funny.
Jokes. Also, because he's a boy, like, he'll be trying to get his boobies out. I'm like, no, baby, you got a chest and nipples.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a funny conversation. But also, he's very aware of the fact that, like, it's for baby.
Right.
So it's not like, he doesn't want to breastfeed. In fact, there was one time where I had pumped and he drank my breast milk and he spat it out and he told me it was yucky.
Ocean did that.
Yeah.
She
I
was
can't lie,
going
it broke
on
my
and
heart.
on and on and on. Oh.
It really broke my heart. And then I must have given him cow's milk and the milk had gone slightly, like, it wasn't off, but like.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And he tasted it and he was like, that's not my milk, that's baby's milk.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, damn.
Wow.
So I
He's
taste
smart,
like
he
rotten
knows
milk.
what's going
It
on.
really be
Yeah.
your own kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
honestly.
real.
Yes. Yes.
How was your birth both times?
Again, I got really lucky.
Did you?
Yeah, they were both natural water births.
Oh, so that was the
Yeah,
dream.
that was the dream.
Yeah, well, I mean, Beau got stuck halfway out.
Wow.
And yeah, I had to climb out of the bath with his hat, the midwife underneath me, and get on the bed and push him out. And there was a moment where I got scared there.
Bless you.
And the midwife had said to the other one, like, if we don't see something in the next push, pull the alarm.
Oof.
I know.
Were you
I know. I was kind of like, don't say
scared?
that. Like,
Really, really
whisper.
scared.
Whisper, yeah,
Yeah.
Then let me
Get
know.
out the
You know
room.
what I mean?
Like,
Have a little code. But my mum was there. I had my mum and their dad in the room.
Amazing.
And she just looked at me and was like, it's fine. Just
Yeah.
carry on." And we got him out. And then he came out in the pool.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, don't.
yeah, it
I'm
was
just
really
like,
yeah,
happy
again,
for
I'm
you.
getting emotional
I
as
always
well.
get emotional
Babe. We
talking
always
about
get
it.
emotional.
After Beau's birth, I remember really missing the feeling of giving birth. Like there was a good 3 months where I really craved giving birth again. It was really strange.
It's mad that me and you have never experienced that.
No,
isn't
I
it?
loved the feeling of the contractions.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that sounds
Weird.
crazy.
So
I
weird.
was like breathing through it and like having a
Yeah.
great time. I was like really. Yeah, you think I'm crazy, don't you?
Yeah.
I know everyone does, but there was something so natural about
Yeah.
fair.
I like- it was
I
like-
kind of get where
I
you're
kind of get where you're coming from. Yeah.
it. Kind of, yeah. No one ever gets
Like,
that.
as in, no one I suppose like we as women, it's like you feeling so connected to your body in the sense of like you know that this one day is gonna happen for you. Do you know what I mean? And then like, to be going through it, I get exactly what you mean. But after like, because we were similar. After 3 days, I was like, yo, this is like
Yeah, just
too
come
much.
on, let's
Also,
go.
they had me in the water
Yeah, sorry,
room.
what, 3 days?
3 days. I was in like really slow, horrible labour, and then they had me in the water room because I wanted the water birth. They had me in there, and they were like, "Yeah, the pool doesn't work. It hasn't worked for 2 weeks." I was like, "Are you guys joking? Are you
No,
joking?"
that- yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
anyway, we were both emergency C-section.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Okay, what with Ocean? Or Tree?
I had both.
Both.
Yeah.
So like with Ocean, it was an emergency C-section
then
because
they encouraged-
she pooed and then she turned the wrong way. So they were like,
yeah.
I was like nothing, no painkiller, nothing for 3 days, like just wasted my
So you
time.
both laboured for 3 days?
Yeah, it was a lot, man.
That is
I
a
was
lot.
ex-
I laboured, I
exhausted.
think, well, my water broke 7 p.m. the night before,
Oh.
and then I had my first contraction at 3 a.m., and then I gave
Okay.
birth at like 5 p.m.
That's
I'm so
good.
jealous. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for
And
you.
this one, oh my gosh.
Did he? I was gonna say, how was his
Yeah.
birth?
He
The
was a
second
week
one.
over.
Yeah.
And I'd just gone to an appointment where they said that they
so
were going to
sweet.
induce me, or like I had to book my induction.
Right.
Yeah.
And I told them, I was like, I'm not getting induced, like, you're going to have to
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah.
Um,
You're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool
Yeah,
waiting.
sorry, I'm pregnant,
Yeah,
not you.
yeah.
But
Good
then
for
I
you.
was with my mum and I said to her that like I've seen this thing on the internet. It's called curb walking. And I
Oh
literally,
yeah, I did.
I
curb
started
walking.
doing
I did
it.
everything.
She took a little video and like 5 minutes in, I was like this must be placebo because I can feel something. And like we were both kind of laughing about it. Like I was like, bro, am I making this up? Like I swear I'm feeling contractions. And we went to the play park and I'm on the bench like.
Oh my
And they were like
God.
a minute apart from that point, and then I went to hospital.
Tallulah,
and I
you're
didn't
one
give
of
birth
those
till
like
8.
stories, amazing stories that you hear about.
Yeah, honestly.
Isn't
No,
it?
I mean I don't want to.
Blessed.
Yeah. I have
blessed.
been really lucky with the
Blessed.
birth.
So how long was his birth? Was it like quick?
Well, yeah, I mean that was probably at like 11 a.m. and then he was out by 8 p.m.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
good.
And to be fair, I laboured. My water didn't break with him until a midwife like came and did a check.
Oh,
but like the way she was feeling around,
Yeah,
and then
she
as
was-
she took her hand out.
Yeah.
Those sweeps should be illegal.
Well, no, I never had a sweep. My mum is so against the sweeps. I was literally
Yeah.
just like,
Listen,
no.
I
Maybe
had
they don't
one.
work. It's like for like 10% of people.
Well,
Oh,
my
okay.
one,
I
she
didn't
kept
bother.
being like, "Oh, my fingers are too small and chunky. I'm gonna call someone else." And then I was like, "I'm all right. You know what? I'm actually good. I don't want small, chunky fingers. All right, just leave it alone." And that was
Fingers
my
away from me.
those sausages. That was my sweep. And I was like, "Nah." I actually got home. I was like, "Babe, do you wanna try like sweeping
know what I mean?
me?
Let's
Because
just have sex."
let's just do something else."
Oh,
Just
I
do
tried
some-
everything. The hot food,
Yeah.
sex, curb walking. My neighbours must have thought I was mad outside curb walking outside like the flats all day, every day. Nothing worked for me. I was 10 days over. Because I ignored the whole due date thing. I was like, it's all like, it's such a stab in the dark, innit? And I didn't want to do the inducing. I didn't want to do none of that. But yeah, they'll come when they want to come, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what? With True, I was actually like about to have a natural labour.
oh,
But what my thing was is, no. Because I had a C-section and then I got pregnant
Yeah.
before 2 years.
yeah.
Ocean was only 1 when I got pregnant. They said you have to wait 2 years before you get pregnant. And then,
Oh, shit.
they looked how big he was and he was 10 pounds. And they were like, if you give birth, your scar's going to erupt. Like, you have to have a C-section. Even though I was like, I was so
elective
positive about
C-section.
like, they were pushing me and pushing me. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it natural. Like I read into it. Like
Yeah,
and
my
my midwife was like, you can do
VBAC
it.
or whatever, VBAC, vaginal birth after C-section.
Yeah.
that was the
So
whole
I was
thing.
like, and then because he was a 10-pounder.
That's insane. That's insane.
He was at the sunroof as well, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, just get him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
A 10-pounder, I'm gonna like.
yeah. How was your like after when you got home, like having the 4th trimester? That always
fourth
makes me
trim-
such
yeah.
an ick for me. 4th trimester.
Whenever you
How
say it,
did
I'm like,
that-
what?
Yeah, same.
We got to do this
I'm always
again.
like,
How was that? How was that afterwards for both times?
It was, again, I'm very lucky to have
Yeah.
a good support system. So
Yeah.
my mum lives around the corner. She came and stayed with us for the first 2 weeks for
Nice.
both.
I actually
His-
love your mum. Big up your
Same,
mum.
I
Yeah.
know.
Big-
She
what's your mum's
honestly,
name?
Amelia.
Big up Amelia.
Shout out to
Yeah,
you.
we need to get
Mother
Amelia
Earth.
some
Also,
flowers.
Lalu's mum. They're
Yeah.
his mum and sisters and dad. They
Yeah.
all came down.
Big up
It
all the
takes-
mums.
It
Yeah,
takes a
right?
village.
It really does, yeah.
It really
Takes
does,
a
and I'm so
village.
lucky to have
Yeah.
both of them. Is
I think being
insane.
like aware of that and being grateful, because I feel like that at the minute, even though I'm like moaning about living with my parents, I'm like, listen, they're never gonna get this time back with her.
Yeah.
And his parents are nearby as well, so it's like,
No, thank God for
thank
grandparents.
God,
Oh my
thank
God.
God we've got them here. Do you know what I mean? So as much as I moan, I'm like, honestly, like couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
To be honest, and nursery.
Yeah.
So we always ask same 2 questions to our guests is, what is one thing that you like to do for yourself to keep you feeling like you, or you would like to do for yourself more?
Okay. Something that I would like to do for myself more. I think having those moments like in the Pilates class where you're just completely removed from it, because I think it's so hard to not be thinking about your children all the time. And obviously that's like biological so that your kids live. But I think going to places and doing things that remove you from the bubble of motherhood so that you can just exist. Because every time you do that, when you go back, you're just a better mum. Like it just,
100%.
you're more present. It's
Yeah,
like
you're
excited to be there
100%.
again.
I also think like even when you've got someone looking after your kids, you're still thinking like I'm
Yeah.
always like I need to rush, I need to
Yeah,
get back,
yeah,
I need to rush,
yeah.
and like having that moment is like I don't need to rush.
Yeah.
I have this moment for
I'm
me.
here.
Yeah, I love that for you.
I love that.
And what piece of advice would you give someone who's pregnant or going to be a mum? What would you that you wish somebody gave you?
I think just the anticipation and like the assumption. Don't make any assumptions about how it's gonna be. And like people will tell you horror stories, people will tell you the best bits, and like both of them can be wrong. And so I think just take it day by day, and like you'll figure it out. I feel like even when it gets really, really hard, those moments where it is really, really hard, it's usually because the kid's having a hard time too. And like if you can step back a bit and be like, oh shit, like you're not happy right now, and like yes, that's stressing me out, but I love you and I want you to be okay. That everything's alright.
I think that's
Right.
Yeah, I love
yeah,
that.
I love that.
And like, well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Nando's order.
Yeah, before we go, we
Yeah.
have to ask,
Day
what
out,
is
isn't
your Nando's order?
My Nando's order is a medium butterfly, spicy rice, mash, and then just mix it all together.
Double carbs,
Yeah.
loving that.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you ever have
Oh,
the,
yeah.
you ever have the gravy on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know.
That's a firm no.
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 I'm very particular with my gravy.
Okay, girl.
And I quite like the cleanness of that meal. Like, you go and you eat
Yes.
it, you're done.
Love that.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tallulah. You've been amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Yeah.
baby.
Well, thank you.
Last words?
Yeah.